name is Jasmine Renee Davis. June 12th, 1986 is my date of birth. I'm calling to speak to someone about an urgent matter, police brutality and entrapment, and just how a wellness call and a complaint is being handled where your officers are extremely abusive and just it's incredible how that phone call went. And you know what, it's evidence of how the tactics and the corruption and the contamination that are in a lot of these police agencies. I have proof, I have evidence, but I have to talk to someone right now immediately. It's ridiculous, and it stems from the state of Wisconsin agencies and things like that. So I have to talk to someone now in your administration. There's an officer trying to charge me criminally for some stuff that I did not do. I'm not going to just allow these Department of Wisconsin agencies to just mistreat and just abuse and things like that. I am going to report them. I'm going to report their negligence. I'm going to report their fear and everything else that they're reporting to me. I have a right to report it and have it checked out without being criminally charged, and your officers telling me that I cannot make a report, but going to turn around and try to make those different agents and those like secretaries or whatever try to make a report against me and try to call me mentally ill and a lot of stuff. I never even talked to you all before. So it's time that I have to talk to somebody right now immediately, please. It is important. This is a matter of my life, and I'm not going to mess around with it.
Let's see here. And then, Jasmine, could I get your last name again?
Well, actually, no, I can tell you that I'm not only Jasmine. My name is, I have a name that I use. Jasmine, Jasmine, Renee, Renee, Davis, Davis. And don't just only call me Jasmine. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis, please.
Okay. Jasmine Renee Davis. And then you also said you had a date of birth. I didn't catch that. If you could repeat that.
I have a date of birth of June 12th, 1986. What do you use that information for?
Oh, you had provided it in the beginning when you first started talking, so I was writing notes, and I just wasn't able to jot that down.
I appreciate your clarification on that
Of course.
question
And
that
then,
I asked you.
in case if we were to get disconnected, could I get a callback number for you?
I can tell you, sure, and I hope that you will call 1-262-505-7137. And what's the spelling of your name?
Katelynn.
And what is your position there at the Madison State Capitol Police Department, the headquarters?
I'm the office management specialist.
Okay, and so what does that mean?
I handle a lot of the day-to-day basics for the office, permits, variety of different duties and answering anyone who may contact my line.
But can you explain like what's your job, what you do there? I know that you said you handle a lot of different things, but what is the position, just in case there's other questions, or just to know what is it that you do in a public office?
Well, my position varies depending on the day, but I want to make sure that I get you to everything that you need. And you had mentioned, have you spoken to one of our officers before, or was it just another state agency? I just want to make sure I have all of your correct information.
I want to talk to someone now in your administration, okay? And if you don't want to explain more detail to me, that's a problem. You are a public employee, and I am calling for a specific reason. It was a state capitol police officer, however, that called me being very abusive and messy and exhibiting extreme criminal behavior and intent to conspiracy as well.
Do you have a name of the officer who had called you?
I was told her name, but why are you asking me? Is there someone that I can talk to? Is this your protocol? What's the name of the questions that you're asking? What is the
I'm
protocol
good.
that you're using right now? That's all I'm asking. Please tell me.
I'm trying to gather as much information as I can, so then that way I can forward the information and try to see who's available.
Okay, but from the information that you have gathered so far, what have you found? What information do you have so far?
Well, I have tried to jot down as quickly as I can that you have an urgent matter noting police brutality in our office, abusive with the phone. You noted corruption on there, state of Wisconsin agencies. Excuse me, I apologize. Let's see here. Um, an agency trying to charge you with a crime, and I wasn't able to clarify for sure if that was you're talking about our agency or a different agency. And you're trying to report them and a right to be able to report and not be criminally charged, matter of life and death, and that you mentioned one of our police officers who had called you. So I'm just trying to clarify.
You told me that I told you it's a matter of life and death. Okay.
That's what I had written down.
Okay, but is it your responsibility to add to what I'm saying?
What do you mean? I'm not trying to.
Okay, so this is what I'm telling you. Your officer is the one that's trying to get the Department of Administration to make false charges against me. He changed up his language. His name is John King. He is a police officer with the state of Wisconsin Police Department, the Capitol Police. That is your agency. Is that the agency that you work at?
Correct.
Okay. Who is your administrator there?
Our administrator is Chief Irwin. I believe they're in a meeting at the moment. Do you mind if I place you on hold for a moment just to see so I can see who's available for you?
What other questions do you have to ask me before you transfer the call so that you can be able to route them to the appropriate place? And you do not have to hurry up and write it down. You need to perform with accuracy and efficiency. That's how it is. I mean, you say you don't want to really tell me what your job responsibilities are, but you can't just randomly write stuff. You have to get the information so that it can be proper. And that is one issue and complaint that I have with the state of Wisconsin. You know, a lot of you're supposed to be support workers and things like that, but you're really handling these calls in a way that is a detriment, and it's insulting to me. It's not getting any work done. Really, it's causing more trouble than anything. So if you can just write down what I say. You don't have to be in a hurry because it's going to have to be said all over again. That's why I'm asking you, why are you asking me? And to tell me the list of protocol that you are using. But one thing I
Okay.
can say is, no, I don't want it to be a matter of life and death, because it's not right that your officer is calling me, telling me that I cannot call and get a wellness check on someone that's steady saying, and not only one reason, but more than one reason. I'm not going to take you telling me or anyone else that is at a professional that they're afraid of something as if, and I asked him, I said, please do not speak in slang, only speak in actual words that you mean. I asked him that. I told him to be literal in his words and to only say what he meant in Kathy Blumenfield's office. And he went again and said that he was afraid once again. So I'm not going to take that lightly. And I'm not going to sit here and deal with the abuse and the defrauding, okay? And the fraud, and intentionally sit in a job and not do the work and answer the phone without putting forth any effort. He didn't even want to look up a phone number. He said that what I was asking him was human resource questions, and he wouldn't even tell me who it is in human resources that I could everything that I was asking him, he was refusing to tell me. And then he went on to say that he wanted to get off the phone with me just in case another constituent called. There was no constituent calling. I was not tying up the phone. I was not interrupting anyone else's call. He just literally did not want to talk to me. Even when I first called, he did not want to talk on the phone to me. He tried to tell me that I may have the wrong office. And I knew that I was calling the secretary in the state of Wisconsin. And I tried to explain, I know I'm calling the Department of Administration. And then he went on to try to tell me how other people don't know this. It was a problem. And it was more labor involved from me than, and now there's consequences. And I know how serious this is where you are. And you cannot just take what someone else is saying and that officer, is accusing me of stuff. And then from the beginning, I catch what he's saying, and I'm not going to agree to him to try to say all this stuff to me to get me to admit that I call other agencies abusing them. I'm not, and he's not telling me any information. So you all have an ongoing investigation about me, and I want to know what it's about in the agency so that I can properly file complaints. And I'm going to do that. And so this is a problem. I did not call and verbally abuse anyone. I did not harass anyone. And so this is a problem. And I also want to make a report with the someone immediately today. I want to talk to someone because I'm not going to sit around. If I have to hurry up and take legal precautions and things like that before you all come to try to arrest me or something for some stuff I did not do. I have every right to fight, and I have a right to defend myself. And I can be my own legal counsel, and I'm going to handle my matters. You're not going to just abuse me, and I speak life, okay? That's another thing. I'm not going to allow you all to abuse me. I did not call, and when I talked to that man at the Department of Administration Secretary's office, I said, "What is your job? What do you do there?" He told me that I'm asking him all kind of HR questions as if he doesn't have to answer it. But I was asking him so I could know, like you just said, oh, you do different things. I have so much stuff that I have to talk about and try to get to different places and all different kinds of things. But for him to disrespect me, and then I asked him, he's making it seem like he's afraid, he's sorry, and all this different stuff in his discussion. And I said, do you even have to, no, I said, does your job require a degree? And he said he's not even sure. So he was making it seem like he was so lost in his job that he didn't know anything. And he was really discounting and belittling the conversation. He was making it very abbreviated, as they would say, that I've heard someone say Department of Wisconsin, different agencies or whatever, and I found that very disrespectful. And I asked him to please start doing his job and talk to me appropriately, and he just wouldn't. And I did not abuse him, I did not harass him. But for your police officer to call me and not answer my question, steady insult me and say because I was raising my voice talking to him, he doesn't know me. This is my normal speaking voice, actually. But also he was provoking me to anger, and he said some things that are upset. I'm not dead, okay? I'm going to get upset, and I can get upset. I did not commit a crime. And he's not going to put me in and force me into some entrapment to try to build a case that he want to be messy and mess around in these capital offices with administration and get off of his normal job where he probably should be doing is trying to make sure that things are clean instead of making them dirty around here, okay? And so this is a serious problem. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I appreciate if you have other questions, please ask them. And then make sure that I talk to someone on this phone call, please.
Of course. Do you mind if I place you on hold just for a moment?
What does that mean if I mind? What does that mean?
Oh, it's just where my desk is at this moment. I can't see the offices to see if one of our supervisors is in his office or is in a closed meeting. So I just need to put you on hold just for a moment so I can reach out to them.
Are you planning on moving or relocating your office or where your desk is or anything? Or do you mean at this time where your desk is?
Where my desk is, I cannot physically see them, so I just need to place you on hold for a moment so that I can take a peek or get them on the phone to see if they are available at the moment.
But what does it mean?
I can't physically see them.
But please, I'm asking you. You have to realize how serious law enforcement is and what police do, and you all, it's a really serious thing. You asked me, do I mind? And what does that mean, do I mind? What is that? Where is that coming from? What does mind mean? And what does do I mind? That is a serious question. I want to make sure I know exactly how to answer your question accurately, especially
Of course,
when your officers are saying inappropriate things to me.
of course. I don't like to place people on hold without clarifying with them first. I don't want them to assume that I've just disappeared from the line. So that's where I just wanted to ask you if it's okay if I just place you on hold for just a moment.
Okay, so I find that it's more appropriate just for you not to summarize and to use other, because that is a specific agency. And so you all have different languages and topics of discussion that you can use. And what you just said, you could have very well said, and I appreciate if you speak to me in that way. Do not summarize it or use slang or anything like that. I have my own grammar that I use. I understand that. But you all have a specific grammar and language that you use, and when you use those kind of things, they actually are meaningful. I don't take them lightly or anything like that. And so that could have been a mental health question. That could have been anything. I don't know what mine means. It could be asking me a question of wealth or any aspect whatsoever. So I really don't know. I don't know where you were trying to ask me. But sure, you can put the call on hold. And I plan to be on the call. I did tell you my phone number is 1262-505-7137. So please, I would appreciate if you could get someone on the phone. If you have no other questions to ask me, that's fine. Or if you come up with some others, I'm happy to answer them appropriately, please.
Of course, and I apologize if I had misspoken in signing, so I do apologize about that. So I will, with your permission, just place you on hold just for that moment while I'm able to clarify and make sure I've got someone who can speak to you.
It's just very serious out here. You know what? People are fighting for their lives, and it is a serious matter of mass incarceration. People are. It's really a war out here, and to involve and misinterpret and all this different stuff. Language is very key. Like it is so important right now, and it does matter. Just a matter of how things are worded can cause someone to be arrested or criminally charged. It's just a matter of a word or a threat or anything. So yes, your words are important, and it's not about me giving you permission, but please, I would appreciate if you could go and I can't hold them. I'm happy to hold the phone call while you
Okay,
go and do your job. That's fine. You please do your job.
thank you. I'm just going to place you on hold for a moment, and then if I do get disconnected, I'm just double checking. That is 1-262-505-7137.
Yeah, you said thank you for what though? It's a
I'm
serious
just,
job. It's a big job. That's why you gotta know these are not hard questions. It's a real big
I'm
job
just,
that you have there. That's a really big job. It requires a lot of talking and a lot of using of words. Otherwise, people are going to be put in a harmful position. That's one reason why I'm calling. I cannot allow it. It does. It's going to be a lot of seem like back and forth, but that is the healthy route. Okay, I'm not fighting you, but I want to clarify everything that you said, and I have knowledge and capability to make sure that I can use that. Okay, so that's all. And if you say thank you, that can mean anything. I know what I'm talking about. So
yep, my thank you is just in reference to allowing me to place you on hold while I just check that. I was just trying to be polite. I'm sorry.
I don't agree to what you're saying, but as far as you being sorry or any of that, but please, you can go right ahead. I'm not mad.
Okay, just one moment.
all this hours talking to police, knowing I have to make all my calls today. Shit. And they not good at the job that they do. When you want to investigate to see the reason, don't start trying to blame me and be on some stupid shit. I don't take the heat. Probably gonna be one of them motherfucking days. I'm out here, I be outside. They come up to me at any time and do whatever the fuck they want to do. If they want me out here, call ICE or whatever it is and see. Cause I don't have to abide by this mess. Serious situation. Yeah. Always trying to get into their job and you don't want to share your desk, but you want to constantly force me into jail or charge me criminally. I don't appreciate that. They don't be wanting to do too much talking. They know how serious. They must don't know how serious their job. They don't get to. They don't have to. They know how serious people literally out here suffering and going through unnecessary problems. If it wasn't for somebody else's money, I wouldn't even have food to eat. Now that's some serious shit. And then act like I can't call to the Department of Administration, please, whatever. Shit. Ain't my motherfucking business. No, that ain't my government. You're not gonna force me to say that. Hmm. Hmm. Why would I want to share something with them? That's how they do it. On the phone all the time. It is messy when it conspiracy. That's a crime. That's a serious crime that they all committing. Conspiracy. They know I'm be calling these agencies. Conspiracy. And now while they conspiring, and if they government so healthy, then if they stand on the well-being, then they conspiring against their government too. So I'm not gonna keep messing around with these people for the same shit over and over. No, mad. I'm not done. They not about to sit here and try to put me in a goddamn jam. They so scared now that I'm coming knocking at their doors for what reason? I'm calling about all legitimate stuff about just the most innocent supposed to be things ever. What is the problem? Why are they fighting me so hard? Shit. Yes.
Jasmine Renee Davis, I will be transferring you just one moment to our lieutenant. Just one moment.
I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I appreciate the information. Ooh. Lieutenant.
Hello, this is Lieutenant Price.
Lieutenant, you say your name is Lieutenant who?
Lieutenant Price?
Oh, Lieutenant Price. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
Hi, ma'am. How may I help you today?
Okay, so your job as a lieutenant is what?
I oversee our Specialized Services Bureau.
Oh, who?
I oversee our Specialized Services Bureau.
What does that
What
mean?
is that?
As far as our organization, some of our units, that's my job that oversees the units.
But I don't know what that means. I want to make sure I stay on topic, that I'm talking to the right person. I don't even know how to spell lieutenant. Oh, it's right here. Lieutenant. Okay.
Yeah. Um, how may I help you today?
I said I want to make sure that I'm making talking to you about what's on topic. So if there's a report that I can talk to your chief about, I mean, there's different conversations for different ranks.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm the lieutenant, so I would be the person that you would speak with.
How do you know that?
As far as complaints or anything, I'm the highest level that you'll get as far as speaking with someone within our agency.
Oh, really? How can you? What's the highest level in your agency?
All right. You have the chief of police, but as far as conversations, if you want to make a complaint or anything, I would be the person you would talk with.
But you said that's the highest that I can go. You all are being very doubtful toward me, and I just don't understand why you would say that's the highest that I could go to have a conversation. And what the problem is that you all are limiting me tremendously for whatever reasons. I suppose you all have. Can you explain to me the ongoing investigation that you have about me in your office, please?
So, ma'am, I currently don't have any investigation with you besides what I've been told today.